So in the previous session, we have discussed about the practical use cases and triggers, and we have discussed how to create the triggers on our Salesforce objects to validate the data, and how can we find the triggers based on the required events, and how can we execute the business logics automatically. And once the trigger has been prepared, how can we test it by performing the required event we have discussed with the practical use case. Anybody has tried with these use cases? All these use cases, how many people has tried? One, two, three, four. Not yet tried? Okay. Why? Okay. Hmm. Today. Okay. So try to complete as soon as possible. Don't make the things pending. Because upon doing the practice, if you're facing any difficulty, then we can start it out here itself. Once the course get completed, nobody will help you. That is the problem. Okay. So that try to complete as soon as possible. Next one. So now let's take one more use case, how to implement the triggers. As of now, we did only the basic validations. So how can we check whether field values are empty or not? Okay, we did the basic validations as of now. Now let's see how can we do some complex validations, like how to implement deduplication mechanisms. Now, so let me explain a small use case requirement. How can we do that? Okay, we'll see. I'm going to my Salesforce arc. I'm going to my application now. So let me take an object. It may be standard or it may be custom. Take any of the object here. For example, I would like to go with a custom object hiring manager. So let's see how to create a trigger on custom objects also, because yesterday we have created the triggers are only on standard objects. Now we'll see how to create the triggers on custom objects to do the required validation. For example, I have this hiring manager object. In this hiring manager object, I'm having a record with the name some Chandrasekhar. With the name Chandrasekhar, we have a record. So it is having the name Chandrasekhar, location Mumbai, and designation HR executive, employment type permanent, current CTC value, contact number, and the email ID. These are the values. Now I would like to make it clone. Cloning in the sense duplicate, creating a duplicate copy. I would like to make it clone. Click on clone button. Now it will be copying the data into the new form. Just click on save button here. Now one more record has been created. That means what? A duplicate record has been created with the same detail, with the same name, same location, designation, contact number, email ID, employment type, current CTC. With the same details, one more record also has been created. Now I would like to make it clone. Click on clone button again. Click on save. One more record has been created with the same details. I'm making it clone again. When I click on save button, one more record. That means with the same details, multiple records has been created. When I go to the hiring manager object, so now starting with the name Chandrasekhar. With the name Chandrasekhar, how many records are available as of now? Four records are available. But now my requirement is I want to accept these kind of duplications. I want to maintain the uniqueness of the record. Based on what? Based on combination of few field values. What field values? Based on the name, based on the contact number, based on the email ID combination, I want to maintain the uniqueness. I want to maintain the uniqueness of the records based on the combination of name field, contact number, email ID. That means with the same name, same contact number, same email ID, we should not have two records inside my object. That is my requirement. When you try to create one more record with the same details, it has to show the message duplicate records found with the same details, so record cannot be acceptable. It has to show the error message. Suppose if you are passing some different values, then it should accept the record as it is. Then how can we do this kind of implementations? Now let's see with the practical. Okay. Now let's make a note of this use case. Create a trigger on hiring manager object to make sure or to prevent the duplicate records based on the combination of hiring manager name, contact number, and email address values. Based on the combination of these three field values, I want to maintain the uniqueness of the records. Then how can we do this? Okay, now let's see with the practical use case. Done with this? Now, now tell me the object name and event name. On what object you want me to create the trigger? On what event you
Hiring
want me to
manager.
Hiring manager.
will be hiring manager. Okay, right? What is the event?
Before
Before insert.
Before
Insert.
insert.
before
Why?
insert.
Okay. Preventing the duplication. That means before inserting the record itself, we need to validate with these details do we have a record is exist or not. So that duplication elimination should be always done on before insertion. Now, I would like to fire on before insert. Clear? Now, now let's see. How can we create this trigger? Now let me show you with the practical use case. I'm going to my developer console. Now I'm creating a new trigger. Prevent duplicate HR trigger. I'm creating the trigger on hiring manager object. Okay. I'm creating a trigger on hiring manager object with the name prevent duplicate HR trigger. Click on submit button. So now my trigger has been prepared on hiring manager object, which will be firing on before insert event. So I want to continue with the same event right now. Now tell me what needs to be done first. Check the if condition for what? To check the trigger context. Why the trigger has been fired, I need to check. I want to verify whether trigger has been really fired because of before insert event or not. So that I want to check the trigger context. For that one, I'm checking the condition. If trigger dot is before and trigger dot is insert. So before inserting the record inside my object, before inserting a new record inside my object, I would like to check this context over here, whether really trigger has been fired because of before insert or not. If yes, I want to execute this piece of code. Now tell me, whatever the records you are trying to insert, those records will hold in which context variable now? The records which I'm trying to insert newly, those records will store in which context variable now? Hold.
New,
What
sir.
we are doing? Trigger dot new or trigger
Trigger
dot
dot
old, trigger dot new now or what?
Trigger that
trigger
new.
Trigger
dot
dot
new
new. Why
new.
trigger dot new? We are inserting the record. That means new records always. It contains new data. It contains new information. So that here it's not old. It's a new record data here. So that whatever the new records you are trying to insert, whatever the current context records that we have, those will be storing in trigger dot new context variable, which is a list collection. So I'm iterating this list collection from starting to ending. I would like to collect each record from the collection. So trigger dot new. Trigger dot new is a list collection. List of what? Hiring manager. Because the object is hiring manager, records are hiring manager records. So that I'm collecting each and every hiring manager record from this collection. So for each and every hiring manager record, okay, from the collection trigger dot new. Now, so now whatever the record you are trying to insert, that record data will be available here. But now, what is our requirement? Whatever the hiring manager record that I'm trying to insert, I would like to check with this name, with this contact number, with this email ID, do we have a record is exist in my object? Or not? I want to check. I want to count how many number of records are available inside my object with these details. Suppose if I'm having one record, that means if I'm having one record, that means what? This record is a duplicate one. Suppose if I'm having zero records with these details, that means it's a new record. So it should be acceptable as it is. This is what my requirement here. So whatever the record that I'm trying to insert, in that record we are having the name value. It is having the name value. Whatever the record that I'm trying to insert, that contact number is available over here. The newly inserting record email address also available. Now, with this combination, do we have a record is exist or not? I would like to check it out. Now tell me how can we check this? Sorry? Is before means suppose here if I'm adding this event, okay, before delete also. Then also it will fire automatically, right? Yes or no? It will just look whether it is before or not. Is it insert, update, delete? It won't cross it. That's the problem. So that here depends upon the event. Each event code we need to segregate by using this context variable. So we have to write both is before and is insert. Now, see in this case, if I'm going to be if you're deleting the record here, if I'm not adding this particular condition, okay, whenever I'm trying to insert the record, it will fire. Whenever I'm trying to be deleting the record, it also fire again. It should not fire on delete, right? It should fire only on insertion, before insertion. So that we need to check both the conditions also. Okay. Now, because the trigger can fire on multiple events also. In that case, each event related logic, we have to make it separated by using separate context conditions. Because that is a mandatory principle. Now, so now these are the three values. Whatever the record that I'm trying to insert, that record name is available here, contact number is available here, email ID is available here. Now, my requirement is with this name, with this contact number, with this email ID, how many number of records available in my object I would like to count. How can we do that? I want to check with this details record is exist or not. Based on that, I can take the decision whether this record can be acceptable. It has to okay, cancel the operation by displaying some message. You know, you know this concept already we did. Sorry, HR record. We don't have any IDs as of now. Record is not yet inserted. The context is before insert. Record doesn't have ID. So now whatever the record that I'm trying to insert, okay, that record name is available here, contact number is available here, email ID is available. So with this details, how many number of records available in my database table, I want to check. How can we do that? Yes, what you will queries, okay, then in that one, what needs to be done? Hmm. Okay, where class, okay. Hmm. Sorry, counting method. How? Hmm. Right, counting method, right. How can we do that? In SQL query already I have given that example also to you. How to count the records available inside the object by using count function we have discussed. Now here also, whatever the hiring manager name that we have entered, contact number that have entered, email ID that have entered, with these three values, I would like to go to my hiring manager object. I want to check that records. I want to count how many number of records are available with this particular name, with this contact number, with this email ID. I would like to get the count. Now the count method will be returning what? Integer value. Now, if the count value is returning 1, that means what? Okay, with these details, one record is available already in my database. If record is already there in the database, now this record is what? Duplicate record, right? Yes. So in that case, I want to show the message. Okay, boss, this is a duplicate record, it cannot be acceptable. Suppose if the count function is returning the value 0, that means with this name, with this contact number, with this email ID, there are 0 records are there. That means no record is available. So this record is a first record. So this is a new record, so it will be acceptable. Because same conditions they are using in login screen. Behind every login button, same conditions are available, but they will be doing reverse manner. So in that case, what they will do, whatever the username and the password we have entered, they will check with this username and the password, do we have a record is exist or not? If yes, if the record is exist, that means it is a valid username and password. So they will allow you to enter into the application. Suppose if they're having 0 records with this username and the password, that means no username and password is available. So in that case, this user is not a valid user, so it will show the message invalid username and the password. So reverse manner they will go. Okay, this is the functionality here. Then how to do that? Let me show you with a practical use case. Now, all the functionalities you know how to use. Okay, we need to decide here as part of requirement. Now I would like to write an SQL code. Select count function from hiring manager where name equals to HR records name and contact number equals to HR records contact number, email address equals to HR records email address. Okay. So now here inside my hiring manager object, I'm counting the records whose name and the contact number and the email ID is exactly same with my current record over here. With this record details, I'm going to be counting how many records are exist. Now it returns an integer value. Integer records count. Integer records count. So now here I'm going to be counting the records over here. Now I would like to check the condition. If records count is greater than 0, that means it may be 1, 2, 3, anything. That means if there are some records that exist, I want to show error message. So I want to show that error message HR record dot add error. I want to show that duplicate records found with the same details. Hence, record cannot be inserted. Hence, the record cannot be inserted. I would like to show that error message. That's simple. Over. Clear? Understood the concept now? Next. Now let's see. Let me test the functionality here. Now with these details here, already 4 records are there. Let's try to create one more record here. Let me open the record, make it clone. Now click on save button. It will show the error message, duplicate records found, so records cannot be acceptable. Okay. Now, suppose for example, I'm changing this contact number here. Will it be acceptable now? Yes. Because here name and the email ID of course combination same, but this is different value because we have used end condition over here. If all the 3 conditions are matching, then only it will show the error message. Here 2 conditions are matching, one condition is failing. So that here, that means here name may be same, email ID may be same, but the contact number is different, so it will accept the record as it is over. Clear? Understood the concept now? So this is how we can able to prevent the duplication of the records inside your Salesforce object. Okay. So not only doing the basic validations, we can do complex validations also and the deduplication mechanisms with the help of triggers by using the SQL queries. Okay. Now make a note of this piece of code. Done with this? Done everyone? Now, next one. Next use case. For example, I'm creating an account record. Okay, I'm creating an account record. So whenever we are creating a new account record inside my account object, whenever I'm creating a new account record inside my account object, if the account record satisfies certain conditions, if the record meets the certain conditions, I would like to transfer this record ownership to a specific user. To which user you would like to transfer, I will decide dynamically at runtime. Now, so whenever I'm creating the record inside my account object, if the record's rating value is equals to hard, if the record's rating value is equals to hard, and the annual revenue value is greater than 50 lakhs. If the industry is, if the record industry is equals to insurance, insurance, and the record's SLA is equals to platinum, platinum, and the active status is equals to yes, active status equals to yes. So whenever I'm creating the record inside my account object, if the record meeting all these five conditions, then I would like to transfer the record ownership. I would like to I would like to transfer the record ownership to a specific user here. To which user you would like to transfer, I will decide dynamically at runtime here. Then I don't want to hard code that username. I want to pass that username dynamically at runtime. Then how you can raise a question, sir, how will you pass this username? Suppose if it is a normal method, we can pass that username in the form of a parameter. Okay, because we are invoking the method manually. Upon invoking the method, we can pass the username as a parameter, but this trigger will execute when I don't know. Dynamically, it will be executing. So in that case, how to pass the value for this trigger? For that one, I would like to use the help of a feature called as custom label. Custom label. So custom label is used to create a label or a variable in which we can store some value. That value will be accessing by the various features inside an application dynamically at runtime. Now, in this case, I want to pass the value for this particular variable through with the help of a custom label. I want to create a custom label. Then how to create a custom label? Through the custom label, how to pass the username, to transfer the record ownership. Now let me show you with the practical use case. Okay, understood the concept now? Next. Now let's see with the practical use case over here. Now, make a note of this trigger. Create a trigger an account object to transfer the account record to the specified user dynamically at runtime if the record meets the below conditions. The first condition, the record rating should be equals to heart, and the index is equals to communications. If the record's annual revenue is greater than 50 lakhs, if the record's SLA is equals to platinum, if the active status equals to yes, if the record meets this particular five conditions, I want to transfer the record ownership to the specified user. Prerequisite. Create a custom label to store the username to transfer the records ownership. Create a custom label to store the username to transfer the records ownership. Done with this? Now let's see. Now let me create a custom label here. How to create a custom label? Let me show you. To which user you would like to transfer, take the username. Let me go to the users to whom you want to transfer this record ownership. I want to transfer the record ownership to development user. You can take any user, no problem. Now, this is a username. Now create a custom label here. Search for the option custom label. Click on custom labels. We don't have any custom labels as of now over here. Click on new custom label. So now here we can able to specify the transferring the record ownership. Now I would like to specify transfer record to. Okay, transfer record to. Now this is the name it will prepare here. Now specify the value. To which user you would like to transfer, this is the username. It's like as a normal variable. It's like as a parameter. This is the parameter name. This is the parameter value. So if you want to access this value, then we have to use the help of parameter name. How can we access this one? Simply we can able to use the help of system dot label dot label name. What is the label name? Transfer record to. That's it. Transfer record to. Now transfer record to. Whenever I'm using this system dot label dot transfer record to, then automatically it will be returning this value over here. We can store into your variable. Suppose in future, if you want to transfer the record to different user because this person left the company here, just to come to the custom label, we can able to place that new username automatically from there it will pick up automatically. Because you no need to hard code inside the trigger. No need to modify the trigger every time. Just you can come to the custom label. It will be just you can update here. It will take care automatically from. Okay. So for that reason here, we are going to be updating inside this custom label. Now, just we can able to select this. You can select the checkbox protected component. Click on save. Now, if you want to access this one, how to do that? Let me show you. This is the name here. That means this is the name, unique name. How to access this? Let me show you. Go to your execute anonymous window. Whether I'm able to access or not. Simply we can show system.debug. Username is system.label.transfer record to. That's it. When I click on execute, we can collect that username from this custom label. It will print on the debug log file. Okay, so that here just we can collect this. This is the way we can pass the parameters to triggers. Okay, here in custom label we can pass only one value. If you want to pass two values, create two custom labels. To pass three values, three custom labels. Four values, four custom labels. Like that we can create like a maximum of 50,000 custom labels inside that. That facility is available. Now, in this case, sometimes you can raise a question, sir, instead of creating these many number of custom labels, do we have any possibility to place all these values in one single place? Yes. Okay, that is the next topic here, that is custom settings. In custom settings, we can pass multiple values also over there. Not only one, multiple values also. That's how we are having some different features. Custom object, custom label, custom setting, custom metadata types. Four features will be available. Okay. Now, let's see how can we create the trigger. Now, now tell me here. What is the object name and the event name? Object name will be account object. Event name is what? Before insert. Whenever we are trying to be inserting the record, before inserting the record, I want to check whether this record is satisfying these conditions or not. If the record is satisfying these conditions, then I would like to transfer the record ownership to the specified user dynamically print time. Okay, let's see how can we create the trigger. I'm creating a trigger on account object here. Transfer accounts a trigger. I'm creating the trigger on account object. Now, I would like to check the trigger context. If trigger dot is insert and trigger dot is before. If the trigger has been fired because of before insert operation, then I would like to check this context here. I want to collect the records which you are trying to insert. So whatever the records you are trying to insert, those records I would like to collect. Account some ACC record from trigger dot new. Because whatever the records you are trying to insert, from before insert in the records will store inside the context variable trigger dot name. So trigger dot new is a context variable which holds the current context records. Now I would like to check the condition whether record is meeting all these conditions or not. If SEC record dot rating value is equals to hard and SEC record dot industry is equals to communications and ACC record dot annual revenue is greater than 50 lakhs and ACC record dot SLA is equals to okay platinum and ACC record dot active status is equals to yes. Then if the record is satisfying all these values, then I would like to transfer the record ownership over here. To whom? To the specified user. How can we collect that user information? System dot label dot user name. That means that label name. It will give the user name. But what I want? User ID. Then how can we collect? Now let's see. I want to write that code over here before the for loop here. I'm collecting that. Now user, I'm collecting this. Select the ID of the user, first name, last name, username from user object where username equals to system dot label dot what is the label name transfer record to. I'm passing the username inside the system label. From the custom label, I'm going to be collecting the username. With this username, I'm collecting the user record. Now tell me, with this username, how many user records will be available here? Only one. So now I would like to indicate user. Okay, I would like to specify user to transfer. User to transfer. User to transfer. So now, based on this custom label value, I'm collecting the user details. I'm placing inside that. Now I would like to check and user record dot ID not equals to null. That means if the user is available, here I'm checking the condition. Whatever the username that I have supplied, maybe with that username, user may not be available. In that case, to whom do I need to transfer? Okay, so it's a waste of time. For that reason, I'm checking that user to transfer record ID is not null. That means if the user is available. If the record meets this condition and if the user is available, then transfer the record ownership. Then how can we do that? SEC record dot owner ID equals to user to transfer dot ID. That's it. Over. Nothing else. So in that account record, in the owner ID field, I am passing this user ID automatically over here. So now, by default, generally Salesforce will consider current record, current user will be the owner. But now, I don't want to make the current owner, current user as the owner. I want to transfer the record ownership to this particular user based on the required conditions. If the record meets these conditions, then this particular user will be the owner. This user's ID I'm passing into my owner ID field. Owner field means what? The actual column name is owner ID. In that owner ID contains ID of the user to whom the record is associated. Okay? That user record ID we are collecting here, that ID we are passing to owner ID field inside the record. That's it. Understood the concept now? Now. So in this case, whenever we are trying to be inserting the record, before inserting the record, I would like to check whether the record meets these specific conditions or not. If the record is meeting to the conditions, I want to transfer the record to a specific user. To which user you would like to transfer that username I'm placing inside a custom label. Custom label is nothing but a variable which can hold some value. That value we can use in different places whenever you want through programming by using system.label name. Because always we can't pass the parameter values. We can pick up from that particular location. For that one, we have created a custom label. In that custom label, we have placed that value. So I'm collecting this custom label name, that means username. Based on the username, I'm collecting the user details, whether really user is exists with that username or not. If the user is available, that means if the ID is not available, then I would like to pass that user ID into my account records owner field automatically. Okay, clear? So now let me test this one. Let's try to create an account record now. Account record name I'm indicating as transfer accounts test trigger. I'm giving rating value hard. Phone number I'm giving some value. Same phone number I'm giving as fax number. Website name, account number, account site, type, ownership. Industry I'm giving as communications. Annual revenue some 67 lakhs. I'm giving the customer priority as high. SLA some platinum. Active status. Yes. Now tell me all the five conditions are matching or not? Now active status is yes. First condition matching. SLA platinum. Second condition also matching. Third one annual revenue more than 50 lakh. This is also matching. Fourth one industry communication. This is also matching. Fifth one rating. This is also hard. This is also matching. Okay. Now click on save. Now as of now here who is the currently logged in user here? Trading that user will be the owner. So now upon click on save button, this owner will be transferring to development user. When I click on save button, so now the record owner will be transferring to development user. Go to the detail page. Now tell me who is the owner of the record now? User development. So because here it is satisfying all these conditions, so record will be transferring to development user automatically by default. Clear? Make a note of this code. But practice is important. Okay, not only writing the code, practice is very important. Done with this code? Now, next one. So one more use case now. For example, I have two objects with me, hiring manager object and the position object. So now let me check whether these two objects are independent or related. How to check this one? Schema builder, right. Go to the schema builder tool, place both the objects on the canvas, then it will represent whether these two objects are independent or related. Now tell me, is these two objects are independent or related now?
Independent.
Related. These two objects are independent.
Related.
Sorry,
Rela-
related objects.
related.
Related objects. Now tell me what kind of relation?
Lookup relation.
Lookup
Lookup
relationship.
relationship. How do you know lookup relationship?
Blue.
Blue color.
Blue color. So now,
Blue color
now this
relationship.
connector is indicating with the blue color. So the blue color is indicating this is a lookup association. Now tell me, in lookup association, whenever I'm deleting the parent record, whatever the related childs,
Child record.
will the childs also will deleted or childs will exist?
Childs will exist.
Childs will exist. So this is the base functionality of lookup association. So in lookup association, whenever we are deleting the parent record, only parent will be deleted, child records will be existed as it is. In the child record, the lookup field value will be getting cleared out. It will make it as null. That means empty. That is the functionality of lookup association. But now my requirement is whenever I'm deleting the parent record, for this parent, whatever the related childs are available, those childs also I want to delete. That is my requirement here. Because this kind of behavior is available somewhere where between account and the contact object, even though account and contact are having the lookup relationship, upon deleting the account related contacts also will be getting deleted automatically. That is the original behavior given by Salesforce by default based on CRM users request. Now I want that same behavior between my objects also based on my need. So in that case, how can we do that? Upon deleting the parent, I want to delete the related childs also. So generally this behavior is available in master detail association. But I don't want to change the association to master detail here. I want to continue with the lookup along with the lookup behaviors. This is one of the additional behavior that I want between these two objects. So upon deleting the parent, the corresponding child records also has to be get deleted. Then how can we do that? Now let's see with practical use. Understood the requirement now? Next. Now make a note of this one. Create a trigger to remove the related position records upon deleting the hiring manager record from the object. Upon deleting the hiring manager record, I want to remove the corresponding position records also from the position object. Tell me, and what object we need to create the trigger, and what events you want me to fire it. Trigger will be on
Position
hiring
object.
manager object. What is the event?
Before before delete.
After deleting.
After
After
delete.
deletion.
Why after delete?
Because after deleting one record, we have to remove the other one.
Now tell me, in this case, in order to delete the related child records, if I'm firing the trigger on after deleting that parent record, to get the related child, we need parent record ID, right? Okay, once the parent record is already deleted, then how can we get the ID of the parent? After insert. Why after insert? Before? Why before delete?
Before deletion.
Why before delete? Now I want the reason. Because in the entry point of view, they will raise these questions. Why you are choosing this okay before delete? Why not after delete? If you are choosing after delete, they will be raising the question, why did not selecting before delete? They will raising the question, we need to give justification. Based on that, they can understand, they will guess your okay performance and they will guess your confidence levels. Okay. So now what is our requirement here? We need to delete position records when upon deleting hiring manager record here. So whenever we are deleting the hiring manager record, I need to file the trigger. So in order to delete that position records, positions are related with hiring manager. So to get the related position records, we need hiring manager ID. So in that case here, we need to file the trigger on before deletion of hiring manager. Because when I try to fire after deletion of hiring manager, by that time hiring manager records are already deleted. There is no reference of that hiring manager record. Without the ID of the hiring manager, we can't get the childs. That is a problem because the reference is missing. So for that reason here, we need to file the trigger on before delete event. Now, I'm firing the trigger on hiring manager object, which will be firing on before delete event. Clear? Now, let's see. Now let me create the trigger. Now I'm indicating delete related positions a trigger and creating the trigger on hiring manager object. Now click on submit. I'm creating a trigger on hiring manager object which will be firing on before delete event. First of all, check the trigger context. Trigger dot is delete and trigger dot is before. That means the current context is before delete or not. So whether my trigger has been fired because of before delete event or not. If yes, now tell me whatever the records you are trying to delete from the hiring manager object, before deletion of the records will hold in which context variable. The records which you are trying to delete, those records will hold in which context variable. Trigger dot old or old map. Old map also. Trigger that old map. Both we can use. Why? Because records will be holding in trigger that old. But the records are already existing record. They are having IDs. So that here trigger that old map also. Now tell me which we can use now. Trigger that old is also having the records. Trigger that old map also having the record, which we can use now. Why old map? ID will be there.
We have
In trigger dot old ID is not there. ID will be available. But what we need, whatever the hiring manager records you are trying to delete, those record IDs we want over here. Based on those IDs, we can collect related positions here. Then how can we collect them? Trigger dot old map. Trigger dot old map is the context variable which holds the records which you are trying to delete in the form of map collection. From that one, what we will need? Only IDs over here. How to get the IDs from this map collection? For that one, we are using key set method. Key set method, map collection. We are having two methods are available. Key set method, values method. Key set method will return only keys, that means IDs. Okay, values method will return only records. But now what I need, IDs of that hiding manager records. Based on these IDs, we need to collect the related position records from the position object. I want to delete them. That means before deleting the record from the object here from hiding manager, I want to fire my trigger. My trigger will be informing to that Salesforce boss, please wait for some time. I need to do some necessary investigation over here. It will collect the ID of that position hiding manager record. It will go to the position object. It will collect the related position records. It will delete the records first. Then it will inform to Salesforce, I'm done with my operation. You can continue to delete. So, first of all, delete the child, then you can delete the parent. Okay, this is the functionality. Okay, now, so that based on this trigger dot old map dot key set, I would like to collect the IDs of those hiding manager records which I'm trying to delete. Based on these IDs, I would like to collect the related positions over. So, in that case, list of position. List of positions equals to select the ID of the position, name of the position, now the position status, now maximum budget, from position object, here I want to collect hiding manager ID field also. That means lookup relationship field. Okay, for that one I have given the field name as hiding manager. From position object, where hiding manager underscore underscore C in, because here we are going to be comparing the field with multiple record IDs over here. Trigger dot old map dot key set, which will be returning the records in the form of set collection over here. Now I'm comparing the field value with a collection of elements. In that case, we have to use in operator. So, whatever the position records are available, whose hiding manager ID value is available in this particular collection, collect those records, then check if the records are available. If LST positions is not empty, that means if the position records are available, then we can delete them. Delete LST positions. That's it, over. Nothing to do. It is saving my trigger now. Now done. Let me try to delete a hiring manager record which is having the related position. For example, we are having the position some manual tester. This manual tester position is related to which hiring manager? Sridhar Kumar. Now I'm going to the Sridhar Kumar record. Sridhar Kumar. Sridhar is handling how many positions over here? He is having only one position, that is manual tester. Now I'm deleting this hiring manager record Sridhar Kumar here. Click on delete. Hiring manager record has been deleted over here. Let's go to the position. The manual tester position also has been deleted successfully. So not only using the standard functionalities, we can able to extend the functionalities based on the requirement with the help of triggers. Okay, make a note of this code. Now, so do the practice on these features today. In tomorrow's session, we are going to discuss about a bit lengthy feature, automatic lead conversion. So we'll see what exactly the lead conversion concept. In the initial concepts, in the starting sessions, we have discussed what is a lead, how to capture the leads, how to convert the leads, okay, by using manual mechanism we have discussed. How to convert the leads automatically, we'll see in tomorrow's session. For that one, I'm going to use the help of a class called as database.leadConvert class. Database.leadConvert is a built-in class which is used to convert the leads to programming. How to do that, we'll see practically in tomorrow's session. Okay, don't miss those features. Topic is very, very important. Okay, but do the practice on these features today. Tomorrow we'll see some more functionalities. It has some more complex functionalities. We'll see practically. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.